What's going on, everyone? This is Token Gaijin with Token Gaijin Gaming, bringing you another episode of Scrubcraft. This time it's going to be a 3v3 match that I played earlier today. I was going to do a live recording of this match, but I didn't have time to do it because the work was coming up and I didn't want to, press my time limit, so I just recorded it. But as you see, I'm spawning down here. Protoss, as always. Toss, our boss. The orange Protoss down here. And I'm with Terran, Teobis, and Flex Shizzle. Alright. But we're here on Arkan Citadel. This is probably one of my favorite maps to play 3v3 with. As you see, I shakily run the camera around. The reason why I like this map so much is that all three members of your team start off in the same area. And also, you get these nice little bottlenecks where you can easily just wall off and just stay all day. There's a lot of visions. There's a Naga towers you can get on, and plus these two expansions up here. And even though they're walled off and that's kind of annoying, it's still not that big of a deal for me. So if you're paying attention, which you probably aren't, here, let's get my stats up. I did do a 10 pylon as opposed to a 9 pylon, and the reason why I do a 10 pylon as opposed to a 9 pylon is because I don't know, it just works better for me. Especially when I'm doing a forge fast expand. As you can see, I got my forge out, and he's completing the wall off, Teobis, and we got a wall off over here. So I really don't have much to worry about. I don't need to get out those troops super early, and a 10 pylon is really nice because you can get that forge out a lot faster than you would with a 9 pylon. And I know a lot of people are going, well, that's just stupid. I mean, you can just continuously build probes. The whole point of a 10 pylon build is that by the time your pylon is done, you can instantly build your forge or your gateway. I like that a little bit more than a 9 pylon build. But as you see, I got my forge down. It's all completed, so I'm going to get my cannon up. And I'm actually going to move my probe up here and start building cannons up here. Now, the reason I'm building cannons up here is because I'm fast expanding. I need to get these rocks out, and I don't really want to just build a gateway and wait for that to happen. So since I have 2 Terrans, which is the ideal situation for me, I'm going to let them just build up troops and defend, which they've already said they're going to do. And since they're going to be building up the troops for the defense, we got a nice, awesome wall off of the cannon here. I'm actually going to clear both sets of rocks and build some cannons. And the reason why I'm not just concentrating on my fast expand is simple. Is because it's a team game, and a lot of people when they play 3v3s and 4v4s on random, like I am, they won't help their team out. I really don't understand the thinking behind that, because it is a team game, and you do need to help them out. So I'm going to help them out, build 3 cannons here, which a lot of people might think that's a little wasteful for 3 cannons, but not only will allow me to clear these rocks faster and get my expansion up, it's also going to allow me to just keep them here. They're added protection. There's really no need to worry about anything else too much because I do have a lot of income coming out. I have a lot of probes. I just have probes and a forge. I'm not wasting any minerals on units. So since I'm just concentrating on cannons and getting this expansion out, I am in a comfortable position. Now, unfortunately, this cannon couldn't reach these rocks where I'm going to expand, so I'm just going to have it clear out my partners. And you'll actually see that Teobis has built a bunker up here. Now, usually when I do a forge fast expand on this map, which is a very common strategy that I do, especially with 2 Terran as allies, which I think is the best setup for 3v3, is 2 Terran and a Protoss. I usually build cannons right here and here anyway to help my friends out, because a lot of times when they come to attack you from here or from here, they can't get line of sight to your cannons, so they can just shoot freely while your friends defend the low ground. But just because I am feeling that the enemy might come and poke us a little bit early, and I'm kind of afraid of that. I haven't got my expansion out because these stupid rocks. I decided to build a secondary cannon here because he's got everything here, so that way we have a little bit of reassurance on the low ground. Also, you notice my pylon is kind of behind the forge. That's just in case we face Zerlings. Before this match started out, I was not aware of who our opponents are. As you can see, it's a mirror match. It's 2 Terran, Protoss. And, they're doing the same thing. They're trying to expand. But I had no idea who we were because 2 of them were random. So in the instance of Zerg, that's why I have the forge out front, because Zerglings, it takes them forever and a day to break this forge. And by the time they even get close to getting the shield down, these cannons will have killed all of them. But now that I do have my expansion coming out, we're at the 6-minute mark. I have my expansion coming out right there. And I also have a gateway and a pylon coming in. Now, since I did a forge fast expand And I know that Teobis from Communication and Flex Shizzle are concentrating on ground. Teobis, I think, is going tanks, and Flex was going for MMM, which, you know, is always just ridiculously awesome. Yeah, he's got tanks coming up here. I, at this point, decided to go air, so I really just needed this one gateway out. I'm not going to get multiple gateways. And after this gateway gets done, I'm going to actually just pump out tons of aerial units, which against Zerg would have been a little bit more ideal. But, you know, Terran Protoss, or 2 Terran and 2 Protoss in a mirror match, it'll still just work as well. Now, you'll see that our opponents, they're doing a lot of Marines. I see 3 racks here in a factory, and is this, that's another factory, and, you know, you got 4 racks here. Their Protoss partner, I didn't see that. He's got a couple gateways here, so it looks like they're just both doing mixed ground builds. And they're actually just sending him out, El Matador. He's actually a Gold League player. Is coming to attack, but he's going to find out, even though he's got a lot more forces than we have and we're able to deal with, we got 2 cannons and these tanks and this bunker, and he can't shoot up to this bunker because he can't see it, and those tanks are just going to pound him away, so he actually loses about half of his forces. Just like I said, 2 Terran and a Protoss on this map are just ridiculously overpowered, especially since I have these cannons that are just hiding behind this forge, which took a little bit of shield damage, and plus we got this bunker up here. We can just hold out all damn day. Now I'm starting to saturate this mineral line on my second base. I see that Flex Shizzle is also starting to, he's got his base up at the same, and Teobis, it looks like he got a nice little sensor tower out here. I don't know why I put it there, but it does give us a nice little heads up that things are going to happen, and it looks like they're trying to get some map control, but since we're not really too worried about it right now, we're just kind of turtling up and just kind of saving resources. It's really not that advantageous of them. They are getting a lot of Marines, and it looks like the Protoss is going for Stalkers, and they have their bases up, but they haven't started saturating them as much as I have, so I'm actually really in the clear. As you can see, I have a ton of minerals. I'm at 1,000, and a lot of people think that's a little bit of a waste. It's a little bit too much. You should be using them. I am going to be spending them. I just don't have the gas yet to spend what I want to. I need to start getting these voids out. I decided on voids because even though I know it's 2 Terran and Protoss at this point, really voids are just really good. Phoenixes would be dumb, and I've already dumped everything into air. So my thinking at this point is I'm going to do void carrier, and the reason I'm going to do void carrier is because voids are great at whittling down bigger threats such as like Thors or like well, not really Thors, I guess, more like tanks or anything like heavy on the ground. And they actually act as a good buffer for carriers. And it's a kind of weird sacrificing voids in such a way for to back up your carries, but I don't know, it works really well because void damage is just insane when it's backed by legions of interceptors. I've found it to work. I know it's a little bit flawed, but you know, I'm a scrub. This is Scrubcraft. This isn't Mastercraft. This isn't Gold League. This isn't Pro. This is just me being a scrub. Silver Leaguer, 3v3. Looks like the enemy Protoss, Jackson Scallion, who is also a silver player, is going for the expansion here. And is he going? Oh yeah, he's going for a double expand. That's really advantageous. He really isn't doing. I really don't know what he's doing. He's kind of all over the place. He's getting an observer out, which is good, but he's got like 3 gate. From what I see, he's only got his gateways up. He's got random voids coming out. I really don't know if he even knows what he's doing. The 2 Terrans seem that they're going just massive Marine with tank backup. I don't see any medevacs yet. So it looks like our enemies are just going for Marine and tank, and they've just see that we're turtling up, so they're deciding to turtle up as well. But they should be expanding, because if they actually expanded right about now, they would be in the clear. But they are kind of afraid that we're about to push back, because their first little push from El Matador failed. So it looks like they're just going to concentrate on minerals. Even though these guys are Gold League, the 2 Terran are Gold League, I'm kind of surprised that they're not. These 2 patches aren't saturated like at all. Like they've had these bases for quite a while, and there are only a couple SCVs on them. So for gold players, that's ultra scrubbish. I'm really not understanding that. I mean, I know the Protoss just got his base out, so he's got an excuse, but The fact that they don't have as many probes, they haven't had this base for a while, I really don't get it. I am starting to get a nice Legion of Voids. I have this base nearly saturated because I had a fast expand. So my economy, even though I'm not the highest on minerals ever, I am in a nice position. I have a lot of Vespian. As you can see, I am getting the air weapons 1, and since I am going full air, it's nice because I only have to worry about cyber core upgrades. Teobus just got his expansion out here. Since he was nice enough to let Flex Shizzle take this one. And at this point, even though I'm just pumping out voids, usually on this map, especially in Arkan, if you are turtling up and you do have a lot of air superiority, and you are allowed to get to endgame units, which is amazing for TOS, I like to put my base here, right here on the map, as you can see. I don't know what he's... Oh, I think he's ready to go. But, oh, he wants me to open. Or him to open. But this right here, this spot right here is where I like to build my third, just personally, because the third is best built where like your friends are expanding to, and since it's best for Teobus to expand here too, because this base right here means that like if I build my nexus right here, like it's easy for me to get troops from my base to his for backup. So this is the optimal third for me, especially got my second here. That's where I'm going to be expanding next. I know that this ledge leaves me vulnerable to Blink Stalker, but this base is awesome because it's got great line of sight. You can put stalkers and cannons up here, and they can shoot things over here and over here. And even though Blink Stalker is a threat, I do know the Protoss is in this corner, and I also know that even though he might have stalkers, that the Terrans, the only way that they can get up to this base or shoot up to this base and get good line of sight will be to drop with medevacs their Marines and Marauders. And if they do that, since I like to put cannons along this wall and this wall, and even around here, that their medevacs will take too much heavy damage and they'll lose a ton of Marines and Marauders in the process, and I'll be able to get my forces or whatever I need to there in time to defend that base. So really, this base, even though it's got some vulnerable ledges, don't underestimate it. It's an amazing asset. Now I got out my fleet beacon. I'm still pumping out some voids, and I've moved out over here to the corner. Now, the reason why I'm hugging this wall is you can see a lot from the Xel'Naga Tower, even though they don't have anyone at that Xel'Naga Tower, so they can't see what I'm doing. But if they did, they would maybe see out of the corner of this. I do start going for the SCVs. I did start hitting that on accident. But I really just start hitting El Matador. I wanted to hit down his resources, and I know they've got a lot of Marines and Marauders. So my concentration right now isn't really to kill this Marine Marauder ball because they've got Stim Pack, and even though I can kill a lot of Marines and Marauders, there's just too much for me to handle. So I lose 2 voids there, unfortunately, because these guys are Stim, they're super fast, and I got some reinforcements coming. So I just really wanted to hit this base and kill a lot of the SCVs to weaken his position. I really didn't want to go for the killing blow. Now I do see this coming up here, and if you go to my vision, just my vision, I guess I didn't see him there. There, I see these little medevacs poking out, and I don't know why he was doing that. That was dumb, but he just lost 2 medevacs for stupidity. But since they've got everyone up on this, I only saw Marauders at that point. I remember that point. I just only saw Marauders there. I know it looks stupid because of the Marines, but because I only saw the Marauders, I thought maybe I could poke in, but no, the Marines were backing it up, so I lose. Unfortunately, another Void Ray, but I'm not too concerned because he's got the mothership, but like the Protoss still, even though he's got 2 more bases, he's only got like a couple stalkers. He really doesn't have that many troops. So I decided to land my voids over here. I misclicked and I wanted to go to the Xel'Naga Tower, but I started backing up these. What was I getting? I was getting carriers out because this is where I'm going to start pumping carriers. I did build another cyber core. And if you're going to go full air, at least get 2 cyber cores because you want to be able to comfortably get out the attack and the armor. The forge is already out, so I can get the shield upgrade what I want. I haven't gone for it yet because attack and armor is a little bit more important for me. And I'm going to start putting him on the Xel'Naga Tower. Now, this is a great place to park air, even though he sees it. The reason being is that a lot of teammates won't take advantage of what they see from the other players, and they'll come through this little pass here. And since it's kind of like ledged off right here, it allows me to get a lot of kills where they don't have line of sight. And like ledges like right here and right here, like putting anything aerial, is amazing because it's a great place to put defenses. And actually, I didn't do it this map, but usually, and I'm surprised I didn't do it this map, but usually when I play this map, because this is my favorite 3v3 map. Also, I'm getting my base right here. I like to actually use a warp prism, and I'll even get a robot just for the warp prism, and put cannons and pylons up here. Sometimes I don't even just put cannons up here. Sometimes I'll put buildings to produce things, because most people don't expect shit up on ledges like this. It's really a thing that Protoss especially can take advantage of, because I mean, think of the unit. You got air unit, you got carriers, so you just got shoot interceptors from the middle of here, and plus you can get Colossi. And I didn't go Colossi because my friends have so much ground. But if I had gone Colossi, one of the things that people usually don't take advantage of in the lower tiers when you're scrubs like me is putting Colossi up on that ledge and just raining down lasers upon lasers upon lasers on your foes, especially when you got MMM balls like this. They just went pure MMM. They're getting out their upgrades, but even though they have their upgrades, they really haven't done that much. Especially since, I know they're just getting their thirds now, but I've already saturated a base and gotten a lot of air units out, so I'm feeling pretty clear. I also get the Mama ship. Always get the Mama ship, and the thing about the Mama ship is there's no reason not to get it as a Protoss. I mean, it cloaks everything that's under it. You got Vortex, Mass Recall. It's just, the Mama ship is a great asset. And you're also going to see me fail, like a true scrub that I am, with the Mama ship as well this game. I had some great plans for her, but unfortunately, when you see the encounter, we lag like crazy. And for some reason, I try to get a Vortex off to just swallow their MMM ball, and the Mama ship it froze for too long. I think I was the one lagging out, but my Mama ship just did not want to do it. It just sat there like a fucking death fodder and took it to the face. But I did get, but it doesn't really matter because we still do end up really well in the incursion. I do get 2 more Stargates out. I think 5 is a pretty good max. Some people will go for 12 of these things. And yeah, it does allow you to produce faster, but I think 5 is a good limit, because even though you produce air units slowly, they're just so, I don't know, they're just kind of, I guess, it's just a little too much, because it's a lot of Vespri and a lot of minerals just to be wasting on starships. And I can't obviously remember why I said LOL there, but I do have this base saturated since my main is gone, or this starting to get mined off of, because my main is saturated. I don't know why I keep saying saturated, because the bases aren't saturated, but I just only have gas at my main. I am getting these carriers out and my Mama ship. Oh yeah, Mama ship. And I do have the interceptor upgrade as well. And I don't know what upgrades I have. I think I got full attack, and I'm gonna work on armor 2 here soon. But I start just collecting my forces up here. I should have rallied them up here to this ledge, but I don't know. I think I was just being lazy at this point. Also, I was recording this when I had my dog running around, and I was talking to my fiance. I was getting phone calls all day and texts. So this game I was kind of getting lazy near the end because I just had so much going on in real life and in game. So it was kind of hard to concentrate. But we do have, I don't know if there's stem. He needs medevacs, but he doesn't have any medevacs. Oh yeah, at this point in the match, the Protoss did get DT really late, but all of our detection is on our side and not on Flex Shizzle's. It's kind of, I mean, it sucks that he didn't get as much detection as we needed, but we are trying to scan and get these things. But you know, these DTs are kind of pissing him off, and I really want him to get close to this cannon. But he just starts going to town over here, and where are my forces? Oh yeah, my forces are moving out. I'm just like, oh, no, you do not put DTs in my base. So since I have the cannon and that, I'm able to just murder a couple DTs, but they do get away, and I don't know what they're trying to do right here. I think you put them to rally somewhere else, but they're not attacking. And they're going to just start whittling around Flex Shizzle's Marine Ball, Marauder Ball, which isn't very, very good. So I decide to take action, and I move my Mama ship over them so they're cloaked from the DTs, but we don't need it because he gets the scan off, thank God, in time. But that's another really good thing if you're getting DTs to attack you, or your allies, and you need to find Dark Templar because they're just wrecking your shit. Throw a Mama ship over your forces, because you throw the Mama ship over, like, they can't attack your forces with the DTs. It's just an awesome defense. Now, this base gets completely saturated. Remember, it was a super early fast expand. I do have a ton of minerals that I really just can't spend. I'm getting ready to push out, but I know it's just an unwise use of minerals, but this is what happens when you fast expand in 3v3 and you got 2 Terrans backing you up. Like I said, it is the most ideal situation that I like to be in, because I think 2 Terrans, if you're a Protoss player in 3v3, is just perfect. If you have 2 players that aren't idiotic, they will just back you up for days. I don't know why Jack Scallion quit. I mean, he wasn't really doing much for his team anyway. He did have all these bases, but he didn't build anything. Like, and he's got just probes there, not doing anything. But I don't really care. I do decide to move out. I get a secondary base here by taking my original second base and building over here. The reason I'm building over here as opposed to like over here or even on the high grade is I do want the gas. I am doing an air build. Even though I have like 2,000 gas and 4,000 minerals, it's always good to keep mining just in case like your troops die, even though I'm upgrading the hell out of them. And that is kind of scrubbish that I am not spending my money. I need to be spending my money just poking out, but I said not to. Now these Vikings, I didn't see them at the time when I moved my forces, but they're about to wreck my day. Which really sucks, because I started lagging at this point. You don't see it in the replay, but I started lagging, and I was trying to cancel that base. I was trying to move these and then cancel this base, but I didn't get there in time. So I'm kind of pissed. El Matador, I didn't know he was getting Vikings. It was a good play on his part. We needed more scouting, which we just didn't have. But here he comes, the Vikings to the Poison Carrier. Now, Vikings are amazing against Voids, but I have just so many Voids and Carriers, and they're cloaked. He stands no chance. So I lost most of my probes, except for the ones that are by the pylons that they were building, because it's always good to have pylons by your base. So I'm just going to go rebuild it. I'm not too worried about getting my probes back. I still have a grand worth of minerals. I'm not too worried. I do have a base, and I have a ton of forces. So even if it did take me a little while to get those minerals back for those probes, I'm really not that concerned, because we have a massive army. Like, we have this giant Marine Marauder ball with Medivacs and Vikings. We got this giant just Marine ball, and there's some tanks there. I don't really know why he didn't have as many tanks. And then I just have this ludicrous Void Ray carrier fleet with a Mama ship. Also, even though they have their Protoss left, like, these guys have an extreme amount of minerals that they're not really using as much as they should be, but they are going to take advantage of their own mothership and their Vikings. And I did see that they were getting a base here, so I decided to take out his base. I don't want to give them expansion. They already have all the Protoss expansions. I didn't even know they had one over here, to be honest, at the time. But I do know they have the Protoss expansion, so I wanted to deny them this one. But I decided to move my fleet back to this Marine Marauder ball, and this is where our engagement is about to happen. Where my Mama ship just fails, but the Mama ship is awesome. I do have some more carriers that I just built as backup, and my air ball of death is just awesome. Also at this point, since I do only have one base, and I don't like to be on one base, never want to be on one base, even though this map you use your bases rather quickly. Yeah, see the lag? We were lagging like crazy here. But even though I do have one base, I decided to go for the high grade as well, so I'm getting 2 bases out at once. I really didn't saturate this or do much with this at the moment, because I was too busy dealing with the lag and all this, and like a phone call from, I think my boss called around. Yeah, this is where my boss called, was just like, hey, I'm gonna need you to come in super early. So like, I was on the phone, I was lagging, I was trying to deal with this, and I was trying to relay stuff back to my fiance. So everything that, like, I was just really just losing my attention span, which happens when you're a scrub. You don't think about shit. You have a really short attention span. I know I have one. I know it's really a bad excuse, but it's true. I have a really bad attention span. So this base just really goes unused like a true scrub. And this base comes out for the high grade because I want to take them so the enemy can't get them. Oh no, oh no. Hold on a second. We just missed this engagement starting. I want to go back and talk about this engagement even though we're still recording. Crap, a little too far back. Oh, look at that. I'm already messing up my first recording.
Where are we at? Alright, so this is where I'm back to the point where we're about to go and clog. I want to go a little bit further. Let's just fast forward. It's a lot faster. I'm sorry I messed that up. I was talking about my bases. I wanted to see this incursion. Like I said, I was trying to concentrate on like too many things at once, and I just couldn't do it. I have really bad attention span. Also, as you notice, like I was saying, my attention span is terrible. I just missed the giant push out that we do. This battle that just kind of decides the game. Let's pause it, bring it back down to, oh, not normal, back to faster. Let's go. I mean, this is my second video time recording this, so as you can see, I'm a scrub at recording as I am at playing StarCraft. So I am getting this high grade. I don't know. Oh, I think he's just pushing out this way to see what's going on, because we have this giant death ball right here. He really doesn't need to back it up. And at this point, he did have his mic in, and he was. I don't know if Flex Shizzle could hear him, but he was talking to me, and he was saying, like, I'm just going to go push out, see if they got any expansions, and take them down, which is what he did. Flex Shizzle, for one, I really don't know what Flex was doing. Even though he's silver, he's mining from afar with this. I really don't know. There was a lot of... Even though, like, my teammates were all silvers, and they were, like, 2 golds and a silver, there was a lot of scrubbish play going on. But I see this base coming out. He was using it just to scout, I think, or he was. No, never mind. I'm dumb. He was moving it out to put to the high grade, which I already have. But I destroyed that, and he moved his forces away. He just wanted to poke and see what's happening. And this is where we go. Now, my mama ship. You see all this lag going on? I was trying to tell my mama ship, because I could see all these forces, to vortex. But I clicked over here and told it to vortex after, and it just kind of just goes up front. And decides, you know, vortexing would be smart, but I'm just gonna die. And I don't know how long it takes for my mama ship to die, but she goes down pretty fast because all they can see is the mama ship, really, except for some of these Marines. So you take out my mama ship, but we've got so many Marines and Marauders and air that their Marine Marauder ball could not contain it. I mean, I just have too many voids. I have too many carriers. Their mama ship goes down, and we just keep going. We're just like, you know what? Screw it. We don't even even to worry about them. Like, even if they have another Marine ball, which I think they do over here, they're starting one. They have Vikings. Like, I'm not gonna worry about shit because, you know what? We've practically won the game. We've got too many forces for them to deal with. We got this Marine Marauder ball over here. Now they are gonna strike back, even though I haven't started to saturate this base. And I'm just building a cannon wall just to piss them off if they do try to poke into this base. I didn't see this at the time, but they went for a endgame drop retaliation. Hiaduku, I think his name is. Hiaduku. Anyway, he goes from my base. And I think it's just coincidental he went from my base, but he just starts destroying my shit. I'm pretty much near max anyway. I guess I have a lot of room to build some more stuff, but at this point, even though I've lost a lot of forces, we decided to just push out and end the game, and we don't have anything defending. I did tell for Shizzle to return to our base and protect it from this bullshit, but he was too busy pushing out with us, and he made the call that, you know, yeah, I said my base, and I was just like trying to tell him, but you know, he just basically was talking to me and he's like, you know, if we end the game faster than they can end the game, because they only have one guy and we have all 3 attacking, we should be fine. So we just go ahead and start attacking. The Marine and Marauders at the gate, they do have tanks, but we have line of sight up here because of the Vikings, and they just can't do anything about it. So he's going to break down the front door. Now I decide, even though like all of my shit is just wrecked, even though I have no production, I do have 3 bases, even though I don't really have any of them saturated. So I'm really not too worried, because that's the only force they have left, and we still have all of our forces. We start going for the Protoss who left the game, and in a second here, I realized, I'm like, you know what? The Protoss is gone. I'm going to start going for the Terran. So while they're going to stick back here and kill the Protoss stuff, I'm just like, it's more advantageous for me to take out the Terrans stuff, because the only 2 players left on their team are the Terrans, and they're probably only been using the Protoss for just, you know, building stuff. So I just started going right into the red, because, you know, red just destroyed like all of my shit and all of Teobis' shit, so I'm like, you know what, let's fucking get Vengeance out and just run through his base. So my voids and my carriers are making short work. I keep spooling up more interceptors because interceptors do start fading away after a while, and we just start running rampant in their base. Now he does have all these tanks and stuff, and he is getting a lot of nice like kills over here. He's destroying all of our production, but it really doesn't really matter because, I mean, yeah, it does suck to lose all your production, like. But we're pushing out to the point where we have more forces than them anyway, and if we destroy all of their production and all of their bases, there's no way they can retaliate. He does try to get some Vikings over here to fight back, but I've got so many interceptors that he can't even touch me. Protoss Air, I have max armor, max attack, and I think I have level 2 shield. It's just, it's too powerful for Vikings that don't have as many upgrades to handle. Because, those interceptors just rain death on people. Those voids just rain death. Like, look, no, you're gonna poke on me? Go fuck yourself. Yeah, there's nothing his air can do, and even against ground like Marine Marauder, which is pretty decent against fighting air, it just can't do anything at this point. I have just too much built up, too high tech. And I was trying to move his facilities out and over here to hide them at his new base, but I just have too many cannons, so they start taking pop shots. And look at his little workers trying to get over here away, but I have the cannon wall. They're trying to get through these rocks, but I have cannons back there anyway too, so even if they did, they just die, and I just decide, you know what, I'll stop torturing them. I'll just destroy all of his forces and end that. So since Blue doesn't have any forces, Red doesn't have any buildings, he just has forces, and I don't know why I have a carrier in him out here. I mean, it's been endgame for a while, but I decide, you know what, it's time to just destroy all his shit at our base. He is just kind of, bunkering down over here, maybe for like a last stand. Maybe he's thinking, oh, I can whittle him down. I don't really know what he sees.
Our allies are being attacked.
He doesn't see like anything. He just sees that his friend's base is dying, and then he starts seeing this, and this is basically the ball of void death he sees. Yeah, he just leaves the game. He's like, you know what? No way you can win. But I don't think he could have done anything anyway, because I just had so many carriers, so many void rays, that no production, no bases. It was over. It was over when we made our first push, and he wasn't there because he was going to do the sneaky drop. If he had been there, it might be a different story, but because he wasn't, the mistake just added up and allowed us to win the game. I guess I did have one gateway and a forge, so I did still have some production. As little as it was, I was mining off of this, not as much as I should have been, and I started mining off of this. But yeah, we just had too many bases. That fast spin really helped us out, and we turtled a lot faster and better than they did, and those mistakes just added up. Anyway, that's my first 3v3 recording. This is Token Gaijin, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, nerds!